Washington. Garrett, thank you.
7:15, Chanel Jones joins the table. We're talking about the pandemic.
A lot of people are buzzing about this one this morning. Even as mask mandates and other safety requirements are being dropped nationwide, new data from the CDC suggests COVID cases could ramp up again. In fact, they're already spiking across Europe and China. And now there's growing debate over the need for a fourth vaccine shot. NBC national correspondent Miguel Almaguer has that story. Miguel, good morning.
Chanel, good morning. The CEO of Pfizer says much like the flu shot, COVID-19 boosters could be needed every year, while the president of Moderna says only immunocompromised or older adults will need a fourth dose. The opinions and indication of how much about COVID still remains unknown.
Down, but not out. This morning, the White House saying COVID infections are not expected to stay this low forever. The CDC says an even more transmissible version of Omicron, known as the BA2 variant, has been circulating in the U.S. for some time. That variant may be partly responsible for a recent rise in cases abroad. But whether everyone will need a fourth shot is an open question. Pfizer CEO Albert Bourla telling CBS a second booster shot is necessary.
The protection that you're getting from the third, it is good enough, actually quite good for hospitalizations and deaths. It's not that good against infections, but doesn't last very long.
But the president of Moderna says while a fourth dose would benefit anyone, it might not be necessary for those who are young and healthy, echoing remarks made by Dr. Fauci.
I don't think you're going to be hearing, if you do, any kind of recommendations that would be across the board for everyone.
And even as mask mandates across the nation fade away, data from the CDC's wastewater monitoring program suggests the current low level of cases may not last. The number of monitoring sites with rising COVID cases is nearly twice what it was in February, when the Omicron wave was receding.
It is, in fact, a very useful tool in terms of potentially predicting when we might see a bump in cases.
With infections on the rise again in China, where the so-called stealth Omicron variant is fueling that nation's worst outbreak in 2 years, the debate in this country growing over whether or not to get yet another booster to fight a virus that isn't going away anytime soon.
The CDC says its wastewater surveillance system is able to detect the virus as it sheds from the bodies even before tests can pick it up. But it's a new technology, and experts say it's not clear how closely it correlates to serious infections and deaths. Chanel?
All right, thank you, Miguel.
And 7:18, how about we check out